It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
That's right. Dear Anonymous, you were always there for me. I miss you, sincerely yours truly. Living without regrets, living in the moment. Brought up our future and dreams, but the past we never spoke of it. From the bottom of my heart I'm hurting. Too often to take things for granted, and this I know for certain. My mind runs rampant, these memories I will cherish. Together as one we beat the odds, nothing can come between us. I promise this isn't goodbye. You may be out of sight, but you're never out of mind. If your life was on the line, I would volunteer as tribute. The story doesn't end here, it's to be continued.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
You held me accountable, we kept one another humble. Anything that came our way, our motto was can't knock the hustle. Counting down the days till I see you again. Our friendship will last here on earth, remain the same the day we both kick it in heaven. Something this real is so rare, it's priceless. Made our problems look microscopic like we were giants. You could've gave up, but you didn't, so neither did I. We stayed unshaken, and now we shook the bed at night. Promise this isn't goodbye, I'm grateful you entered my life. We entered a new chapter, you impacted my world like a meteorite. Those will be the days I'll remember. Man, I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss you.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah, hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always guide you home. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss you.
When I see you again.
But I'll see you again.
When I see you again.
What's up, everybody? Frank here. Recently, I took a poll on our Twitter and on our YouTube community tab if you guys would like to see our first interaction with G-Man with our friend who had passed away, Trevor. Majority of you pretty much said, yeah. I think there was a couple of no's. If you guys want to tell me why you say no, don't feel afraid to hurt my feelings. Just leave it down in the comments section. But what I wanted to do was showcase our friend who passed away, because we recently got a somewhat of a justice from Shani by her admitting that she was thinking of the wrong Trevor. So in not really of a celebration, but just kind of a way as, you know what, I want to show everybody our friend who was an important member of the Geek Room, who was there for us and stuff like that. And I wanted to show everybody his style of comedy, way he clicked with the show, just in general, Trevor, the way we know him, the way we love him, and the way we fucking miss him. So if you guys, if you like this, sorry, my cat's in the background. Guys, if you like this, leave a thumbs up and leave us a comment and stuff like that. It kind of shows G-Man, our first interaction with G-Man, how he kind of, the way he does when he finds new Atheist kind of channel and he doesn't go on attack right of yet, but then it gets to the point where he goes full G-Man, and we get to troll him a little bit. Trevor kind of gets to troll him, and it was funny. And you know, I was going back through old Trevor videos and remember this one, so I figured, you know what, since G-Man's on his attack, I figured I'd show it and let you guys get a good laugh. So guys, if you enjoyed this, let us know. And we will talk to you later.
Alright, G-Man. A couple of years ago, I used to think you were a complete prick, but then I changed my ways and I just think, you know what, he's doing his thing, he believes what he believes in. You know, there's a lot of crap and rumours that go around on the internet and stuff and all that. I'm just a lot more laid back now because I'm a lot different to what you would have recognised me back in the day, sort of thing. So,
well, yeah, you're right. I do have my opinions and my views about the things that I see going on in our respective communities. As far as like people thinking I'm a jerk, I can understand why they think I'm a jerk, especially out of the atheist community. But it's just in response to how they're responding to us at the end of the day.
I do see where people are coming from on that one, because where you cut people out and you will talk over people and stuff.
And I would say therein lies a lot of the problem, because both sides feel the same way about the other side.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
yeah. You guys mind if I share this?
Nah, I don't mind. I'll go for it.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Hold on.
This is not like one of your average hangouts that you're going. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I wish I had an opportunity to advertise this a little bit, but let me share this for you. Give me a second.
No problem.
Oh, mate. No rush.
Okay, I'm looking at your thumbnail for this. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Okay, all right.
It's more against that Roy Moore.
This is called The Geek Show?
The Geek Room.
Yeah, if you ask Frankie again, he'll give you an explanation on the thumbnail.
Yeah, the thumbnail is pretty much more or less against Roy Moore, the guy who has the sexual, he touched a 14-year-old back in the day or something like that, and people were just kind of going up and trying to defend him and shit.
Okay.
You gotta excuse the cussing. We do kind of cuss on there.
Well, it's your show.
Yeah, sorry, dude. We do cuss, but we don't mean to, but...
It's your show. If you was on my show, I wouldn't allow it, but it's your show, so...
Fair play, man. Nice one.
Okay, so what did you guys want to talk about? You guys saw my video, Why Do Atheists Hate Christians?
Yeah. We saw...
Yeah, we actually got it queued up here, if you guys just want to go along and pause whenever there's a point to be made on either side.
Sure, go ahead. That's me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir.
Can you see it all right?
Yeah, I see it fine.
All right.
Ministries. This will not be that long of a video, I don't think. There's got a simple question for YouTube out there, and I would like to get some responses from theists mainly. I'm not going to listen to these atheists and their responses no more. Not unless their answer is completely and totally objective. I'm not interested in nobody's opinions, all right? But I want to know, why do atheists hate Christians so much? Now, I understand that atheists here on the internet primarily don't believe they have to respect...
I would actually ask, why do you feel as if an atheist would hate Christians? Instead, I would say the Christian faith would be a more, I guess, a bigger object to throw any kind of hatred at. And that's just speaking personally, and from a few people that I know, it's generally towards the idea itself, not towards the people. I'm just curious why you feel as if we would hate you just because you believe that, instead of hating the belief itself.
Well, it's the style. As a matter of fact, your guest that was on here 2 weeks ago, Bionic Dance, made a video talking about. As a matter of fact, it was a rant talking about the burden of proof. It's one of the videos that I was talking about in the video. And when I listened, not just merely heard her, when I listened to what was coming out of her mouth, it was deeper than just about somebody making a claim and you asking. I'm sorry, not you, the innate, and having her answer the claim. You know what I mean? Or us providing the proof of the claim. She was coming at the people. She wasn't coming at our faith at that point. Pat Cordell made a couple of videos coming at us, not our faith. I showed some videos. If you look at the hangout that I did with the video proof that atheists hate Christians, I show video proof with Joseph Stalin and how they treated Christians over there in Russia. I show video proof with this other atheist on YouTube. His name is Redline. I think he's agnostic now. I don't think he's really an atheist, but the way they was conducting themselves in the Google Hangout, they was coming out to our person, not what we actually believed. So that's why I came to the conclusion that they hate us, and also logically and rationally speaking. What that noise is?
Trevor.
I was just opening up a pack of
Okay. Yeah, logically and rationally speaking, obviously atheists clearly don't agree with the morality of the God of the Bible, particularly in the Old Testament. They call him the most unpleasant person in all of fiction, right? From the atheist point of view, right? You don't agree with his morality, the laws that he made, how he wanted Israel to live in the nation of Israel, basically how Christians live today. If you listen to Matt Dillahunty, he believes he's more moral than both the God of the Old and New Testament. But if you disagree with God, you got to disagree with us too. And if you don't like him, you can't like us either, because we agree with him, and we agree with what he's approved of in Scripture. Now, some Christians are not as skilled online to be able to defend our faith regarding what God has done, but then there are those of us who do know how to do it. But if you hate God, you got to hate me too, because I agree with him.
But I mean, getting back to your original statement, you had said that something that a couple of YouTube atheists had done. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is that's hardly the average atheist. I mean, if you're doing this as like statistically, you're talking about a couple of YouTube atheists, and I mean, and I say YouTube atheists because it is YouTube after all. And what draws views better than drama between two opposing YouTubers? So, I mean, I think there's a lot of factors to take into consideration there. I don't think it's fair to generalize that atheists just hate Christians. I don't feel that's the case, and the other atheists that I know, I'm pretty sure would agree with that statement.
I don't think you can separate the faith of a Christian from their person. For example, if you ask me about the flood that happened in the Old Testament, right, and whether or not, do I believe that what God did was correct when he flooded the earth, I'm going to tell you yes. And had I been him, I'd have did the same thing. If you're angry and mad at him, you're going to be angry and mad at me too. Now, I get what you're saying regarding the drama, all right? I've had a lot of it with a lot of different people here on the internet, you know what I mean? And I understand that some of them started the drama for that particular purpose. But then there are other times when they're making their YouTube videos, there's no drama involved at all, and they're not coming after my faith no more. They're not coming after the fact that I believe in Jesus, and I believe that he rose from the dead, and I believe in salvation by faith and faith alone. They're coming after me as a person. They're talking about my physical appearance. They're talking about my education. They're talking about like how I walk, how I look at things. Right now, it's not even the atheist is doing it right now. I got the Hebrew Israelites calling me gay and the 40-year-old virgin online right now. So I got a lot of people coming at my person right now.
G-Man, but I think we're all of us who have done this hangout stuff and everything, we're all guilty to have calling somebody something one time or another, haven't we? Even yourself, myself. I think most of us have.
I'm guilty of that.
But yeah, I'm guilty of that too. But don't you sometimes think with the drama and stuff, would you rather just go along and just do like your ministries with people just who believe and just stick to that and keep out with even bothering with other people that don't believe, just to bring in some drama. Now, I used to do videos about you. Used to do videos about Von Helton, Bran, Cam, Brett Keane, all sorts of people. And then it finally hit me, and I thought, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to keep on passing off negativity towards other people. So I suddenly started about 6-7 months ago streaming gameplay, and that's all I do now. Apart from, obviously, I'm part of the Geek Room, and I'll come on here and we chat and we have a little laugh and stuff. But I just myself. I put all the videos that I've done against other people, being you one of them, and Von and all sorts of other people. I shut them down, closed them off, and now all I do is something that I love, and I only interact with people that love gaming or chatting with me. If you're going to sort of do that sort of thing and invite negative people into your chats or something like that, do you see what I'm saying? If you love what you're doing, knock off the negative people and just do your like little shows where it's you and like-minded people, maybe, because that will make you feel much better. Because if you've got other people coming in that are going to just say, "Oh, gee, man, I think you look funny this way," or "Your hat's fucking fucked up," or your dance, or whatever the fuck, all they're doing is bringing negativity into your stream, sort of thing. Wouldn't you just prefer just to knock all that off and just do what you're focusing on and do your little shows? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, I actually agree with you there about getting rid of the negative people. You see, when I do that, the community of people that I'm talking to a lot of times complain about me blocking them, muting them, and ultimately preventing them from coming into my Google Hangouts so that they can come in and be, childish and attack my person. So a lot of times I'll get mad and then I'll block them, and then I'll get them off there and everything and whatnot. And then I'll think about it a little bit, and I'm like, well, it's been a little while. Maybe they'll behave, and I'll unblock them, and they'll go back to doing the same thing again. But the moment I do it, they'll start making 2 and 3 hour long videos complaining about me blocking them.
But that,
you know what I mean? So
that is just something that comes along with the territory of doing this sort of thing. I
understand that.
And I think, if I was you and I was believing in God and God was, etc., then wouldn't you want to just think, I have belief in them, I'm going to just not block them, let them say what they've got to say. Hopefully I'll get through to them with my words, speaking from God, and get them through to that sort of shit. Do you see what I mean? Or just completely blank out that and just do your ministries and only let in people that want to speak about what your interests are, likewise, or beliefs. And that's what I've done, and I've found that my YouTube life has become so much more positive and brilliant. All I do is stream gameplay, and then I come on here, I have a shits and giggles with the Geek Room, we take some piss out of some videos, it just fixes everything, almost fixes absolutely everything. Whereas you got people like Rancam that have suddenly gone on from one thing to the next to, what's his name? Sam.
Big Shades.
Yes.
Okay.
Constantly reinventing himself in a new era, or it's the Mandela effect, it's this, it's that,
Well, as far as like again, me getting away from the atheist, I do have my other shows that I do. I do something called the G Podcast, where I attempt to expose a group out there called the Hebrew Israelites. So I don't always deal with the atheists no more. I give myself a break when I need a break, which is often these days. And I'll deal with the Hebrew Israelites, but I'll talk to atheists. I'll even go on their YouTube channels, just so as long as I'm allowed to talk. Some of these people, when you go on their channels, man, they don't let you say anything. So,
but something tells me you've got to love it to a certain extent that you allow them on there. and then you unblock them and allow on there.
I'm sorry, say that again.
There's some extent that you allow them back on there that you like it. Is it you like it, or you believe in that you can unblock them again, hoping that you can talk sense into them to?
That's the point.
Come to God.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the whole point of unblocking them. Unblock them so I can have a civil dialogue with them and hopefully talk some sense into them regarding their claims about evidence, for the existence of God. Obviously, they believe strongly that God doesn't exist. I get and I understand that.
Now,
I have my strong beliefs that they do believe that God exists. So,
in 2004, I first went to prison. I got on heroin.
Who went to prison?
Yeah, I got on heroin. Jacking up smack and all that.
You?
And then me. Yeah, me.
Okay.
I'm married now with kids and stuff. I'm off of it. And then in 2005, I went to detox in London. And then in 2006, went to jail. 2007, went to jail. 2008, 2009. Come out in 2009 and actually sorted my shit out and actually got my shit together. Met my wife. Come to an island club. But in 2007, I actually got baptized. So I went to church and stuff and got baptized and that. How would you? What would you say to me to try and bring me back to that kind of situation again and believe in God yourself? Let's just say you're talking to someone in the street.
That was actually one of the questions in the chat. What's your current argument to try and convince atheists?
Yeah, I don't. This is the thing, Frankie. I don't hate Christians.
I didn't say you hated Christians.
I don't hate Christians. I don't hate anyone that believes anything. It's absolutely fine. 2007, I was a Christian. I got baptized. The whole lot. I was going to church twice a day. Or not twice a day. Sorry. I was going in on Sunday service in the morning, and then in the evening service and everything. Got baptized and everything. I was completely all in on it. And then something just come about me and said, Trev, you know what? I think you've been fooling yourself. And that's where I just jumped out of it. So, I'm asking, what would you say to me to try and, I don't know.
What would you say to Trev to convince him that God is real, basically, that he's been led astray or something?
Well, before I even do that, I have to ask you about your baptism. What kind of baptism did you get? Did you go to a Catholic church and get baptized?
Christian church.
Okay, what kind of Christian church did you go to? How did that happen? What was your story?
I can actually get obviously I can't just drag it up now, but I've actually got my whole thing where I said how I come to the church. I did my big speech, all my family and everything came along. I was going on. I'd literally just got off hard drugs, was going there, and that's where this is where it defines it. I thought, well, was it a crotch? Was I just believing that I believed that God was real because I needed that crutch at the time because I just got off drugs? It all started off, I went along to a coffee morning because I needed to burn some time. Obviously, I've just come off hard drugs, I've started working at a community centre, and I went along to this coffee morning, and this dude went, why don't you pop along on a Sunday? And I went, well, no, that's not really my sort of thing. He said, well, it doesn't have to be your thing. Just pop along, come along, sit around on a Sunday, come see us all. So I went along on a Sunday, went twice a week on a Sunday. And then afterwards we had a cup of tea and biscuit and all that sort of thing. And then this is the weird thing. Now, I've not said this to anyone live or anything. And I was sat in church one day and I was sat there and I heard my name be called in a really, really gentle voice. Now, I don't know whether it was me still semi-detoxing, whether I heard it or whether I actually heard it. This is not bullshit. This is actually me being real. I swear on my kid's life. This is like disclaimer right here. And so I actually heard my name be called, and so I said to a couple of other people in church, I said, I heard my name be called. They said, this is your calling to be, baptized and shit. But then it went from that to like being baptized to thinking, did I really hear that? Did I just want to hear it? Was it what
I just
the
want
preacher
to point
was
out
telling
Trevor
me?
said baptized and shit.
Baptized. But yeah, it just made me think, was it real? Was it not? I'm still open to the idea. Don't get me wrong, I'm still open to the idea. But yeah, that was my experience. And then that was in 2007. And then I went from there, then got nicked again, went to jail for a couple of years, came out of jail, and then got married, and then got a couple of kids, and sort of never really looked back. But I don't know whether that experience was real, half real, whether it was me needing a crutch, or what. Do you know what I mean?
I can answer that. I can answer it. I can answer it for you. I wasn't there, first of all, when you got baptized, and I know every situation is different when people are claiming to be atheists.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we can be blunt about what an atheist is a person who basically has no faith that the Christian God doesn't exist. All right, and I'm not talking about any old God. I'm talking about that the Christian God doesn't exist. Your situation could be two things. If you go to Matthew chapter 13 and you read the parable of the sower, you can see that some people believe for a little while, but then something happens and they end up going back into the world, or they go back to doing whatever they was doing before. Not necessarily doing drugs, but I'm talking about like going back and not believing that Jesus is everything he said he was, or whatever, right? Because I'm assuming before they baptized you, they asked you, did you believe in Jesus? Do you believe in the resurrection and all that?
Of course.
Before they baptize you and everything. Most churches will take you to you'll have like a 3 or 4 week study or whatever before they actually baptize you to make sure that you understand what you're going to do.
Oh, of course. I was going in the back room with the guy and chatting with him. We were doing like a little course and everything. So I was happened to sit down and do that little course with him and stuff.
All right. So there's a couple of things that it could be. Number one, you could have had an emotional experience. Number 2, you could have just believed for a little while. Something happened, and then you stop believing. It happens. It's written right in Matthew 13 if you read the parable of the sower. Then there's a possibility, since you're familiar with my community, you know who Galaxy Dreams is, and you know who Eve is, right? Okay. These are people that became atheists for a little while and then came back to Christianity. Okay. All right. For what Eve had her different reasons that made her think about some things, and she eventually came back to Christ, and so did Galaxy. You're probably a backslider and don't even know it. Maybe your baptism was authentic. Maybe you believed in it was authentic, and now because you didn't spend enough time studying and reading this and letting it germinate. Now, and I do want to warn you about me, because if you watch any of my videos, you know that the moment you start claiming you know this, I'm not even gonna like act like you haven't read it. I'm gonna talk to you like you read it. And if you don't know what it says, I'm gonna find out very fast. But my whole thing is that you could possibly be a backslider. Maybe you had an emotional experience when you went to church, or maybe you believed for a little while and you just fell away.
I mean, this is what I've been thinking. I've been thinking of a backslider, but because I can't read, I couldn't even read the Bible. I struggle, so I've been thinking I'm a backslider. I think I actually do believe, but I can't read the Bible, so I can't completely understand it all.
I'm sorry. I can't read.
No, I can read, but the small writing. I went to a special school when I was a kid, so the writing's really small and it's all really weird words that I've never read before. So in that retrospective, I can't read. Do you see what I mean? Obviously, I can pull up my Facebook or this chat log right now and go, I can read the chat right here.
No, you don't have to. No. You don't have to. The only thing I would have suggested is you get a bigger letter Bible.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that too, but it's the big words that are said within the Bible that I would never be able to understand. I'd have to get an audio book to actually read it to me. But I mean, I'm interested because I think I am actually a backslider.
If you're talking about all those names, man, everyone skips that whole begot part anyway, so you're good.
But yeah, as far as the genealogies go, you're not the only person that has a problem pronouncing the names. But believe it or not, that's not even important compared to the more media issues that's in Scripture. You know, I mean, if you're reading the New Testament, you want to learn as much of. If you say you believe in Jesus, you want to learn as much about him as possible, and you want to make sure your information is factual and not something that you misunderstood or whatever. That's why we have pastors and Sunday school teachers and things like that.
All right, do we want to get back to the video?
Yeah,
let's get to the video.
I was just getting interested in that conversation. Okay.
Our beliefs. And to a certain degree, I understand what they mean by that. Took a while, but I understand it. Because I certainly don't respect their beliefs, and I attack them on a regular basis. But I work really hard not to attack their person. Have I been guilty of attacking their person? Yeah. But I've repented and apologized and moved on and talked about other things.
So because you did that, should I then form the opinion that all Christians hate atheists?
Well, if you listen to what I just said, I said that I've done it, but I've repented. All that means is that I stopped doing it and started going back after their beliefs again. You know what I mean? I understood I did something wrong, and I repented, and I started going after the beliefs. 99.9% of the time when I get on here, I'm attacking their beliefs, not them as a person. When I mess up and start going after their person, like, for example, there's a YouTuber online. I don't know if you guys know who Brett Keane is.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Brett Keane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Brett Keane has threw me under the bus more times than I care to remember.
Horrible person.
And I made a rap about Brett Keane called the Brett Keane Situation Rap. And you better believe I attacked this person when I did that, because when he made his rap, he talked about my mother. He talked about like my he talked about a lot of different things. So, you know, I kind of let loose on him. So, and then there's another YouTuber by the name of Redline who occasionally talks about me in a way I'm not very happy about. It had nothing to do with my beliefs, nothing. So when they choose to do that, sometimes I'll get stupid and I'll attack their person. But I think the difference between me and them is that I will acknowledge what I've done that is wrong. I'll stop doing it, and then I'll refocus my attention on their beliefs. And to prove to them that I don't hate them, there's a YouTuber by the name of Gus. He needed some money for a surgery or for some sickness that he had, and he attacked me too on a channel called Nadia Chambers Debate Coliseum's channel. I wasn't all that crazy about him.
Damn, that was a while ago, because did you know what happened to Nadia?
Well, I know what happened to him. I'm not calling Nadia a she, because Nadia's a him.
No, Nadia was alright, but did you find out what actually happened to her? Because I know myself.
They found out that she was collecting Social Security, I think, and then she suddenly went
off the internet.
Yeah.
And when you just mentioned Brett Keane, I've just got to do a little something. Once there was this kid going to an accident and make mac and cheese.
Well, let me finish my story before I forget. Let me finish my story. I don't forgot now.
They turned him black into bright.
Trevor, let him finish, brother.
Oh no, sorry. I just went into that Brett Keane mode. I had to sing it. I'm sorry.
Have you ever seen the Brett Keane Situation Rap before?
No.
Oh, we've had on the show. I think we played it a while back before Trev. We played both of them. We played the Brett Keane one, and that was horrible.
Who do you think won?
Was the kid?
Well,
who do you think won?
It was between you and Brett Keane. I think Brett Keane stole some lines.
Yeah, Brett Keane stole some lyrics. Everything I did was mine, man. So I was like, oh, you want to challenge me to a fight? And I was
I
like,
just want to put a disclaimer on this.
I heard Brad King was looking for a fight. I smacked him around because he called it a night. You're a lonely old man who needs conversation. Stop calling me for that situation. I don't got time to be stabbed in the back. You were never my friend. Are you smoking crack? You change your history every chance you get. The internet remembers and it never forgets. You want to battle me, you ugly manatee? You're in G-Man's world and you never be me. I can't get a girl because I'm mowing that lawn. If you don't understand, you better talk to Dawn. You can't get that up because she says you're too small, but when you call G-Man, yo, she gets it all. Ain't trying to, I got to cut this short. Ain't trying to be me. Gotta run to the dubs to take a Brett Keane. You know, and I did the whole party thing and whatnot.
I say, yo, geez, man, I'm gonna punch you right in the face with mac and cheese in the face.
You got that from the Drunken Peasants, right? You got that from the Drunken Peasants.
No, I've actually just
wait a minute.
literally sung that myself. I don't watch the show.
Wait a minute. This isn't the Drunken Peasants?
Fuck!
No.
Yeah, that sounds like a hit that came from Paul's Ego. That sounds like Paul's Ego's mac and cheese.
If anyone can find that, I'm bringing this up from this is the tune of fuck me. It just come to me and I was just singing it. If they have actually done that, then
you probably heard it somewhere.
No, Paul's Ego sung that. Paul's Ego sung that mac and cheese song. I think he has a video where they got like the classics where he's doing the mac and cheese and all that other stuff and whatnot.
He's done loads of them, but I'm going on. This is what turned into black into bright white. It's dummies, isn't it? Some dummies. Crash test dummies.
No, she just picked the most obscure 90s
come up with
song.
that. I literally just come up with that.
No, but Brett King's got issues. Brett King loves to throw people under the bus when other people bother him. I ain't do nothing to the guy, and he blocks me from Skype. Doesn't want to talk to me. Calls me a piece of garbage because he's mad at somebody else. I'm like, no. I don't want to do it.
Mate, dude ain't just got issues. He's a fucking wife beater. He's a horrible person.
Yeah, well, you won't get much disagreement out of us about that one.
He flips from, I'm a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I like mac and cheese. I'm not a Christian. Mac and cheese.
I don't see what's so funny about the mac and cheese thing, personally. I don't see what's so funny about it.
The funny thing about it is...
It's just a sideshow attraction at this point.
The funny thing about the mac and cheese was he always used to say, Dawn makes great mac and cheese. And he always made a massive thing about that. His wife, Dawn, makes great mac and cheese. So people just took that and made fun out of it. See, it would be like, if you come over to mine, Dawn will make you some mac and cheese. And people just took it and rode with it. And I think it fucking is so funny.
Really, nothing's interesting about Brett. It's just the fact that he's such a massive piece of shit as a person that I think motivates people to want to hate everything he does.
And he's begged, and he has had a lot of money out of people, like Von Helton as well. Von Helton. Oh man, how much I'd like to kick him right in the fucking cunt.
You see? You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? You guys got the people you don't like too. You see?
Yeah. No.
That you don't like.
Everyone's got people they don't like on the internet. And like I said a while ago, I'd always say to you, like, oh, look, G-Man's gone. I actually come onto one of your shows once and I actually spoke out against you and you booted me within about, I think it was quite a record time. I think it was about 30 seconds I was in your show for.
What's your YouTube name? What's your YouTube name?
Trevor Vision. I mean,
what's your YouTube name?
Trevor Vision.
I probably thought you was a troll. You probably caught me at a time when a whole bunch of people was trolling me at the same time.
Oh no, I was just chatting with you, and I just said what I thought about you at the time. That was all. It's no major. It's nothing personal. I mean, you're in America. I'm in England. But
you may not think it's trolling, but I think it's trolling.
You just went, oh, Trevor, I think you're saying shit, and you went boop and just booted me straight away.
You booped.
But like I said, that was about 2 years ago or so now, 3 years ago. And even myself, I've grown up a lot since then. That I just dropped the whole hangout situation thing. I just thought, you know what, it isn't really.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's why I do cheap podcasts.
You know, one of the most random people that I would never thought I would have ever got on with is actually Ryan Campbell. The most random person. You know what? And I could get in contact.
Rand's all right. Rand's good people. Rand's all right. Rand's good people.
Rand, but Rand put on a good play. He made out what he made out, and people fell for it, and he loved that. You know,
fell for what? What are you talking about? Fell for what?
Rand's a showman. He's a showman.
Oh, he's a what?
He's a showman. He's an actor.
An actor. What is he acting? What is he acting?
Do you really think? Do you personally really think that Rand believes in God?
Yes, Rand believes in God, and Rand is a Christian. Yes, I believe that wholeheartedly. And not just Rand. I believe that Teal is a Christian. I mean, a lot of these flat earthers, they got some weird scientific beliefs, but I believe that they're Christians.
Oh,
so
and that's your opinion. My opinion is.
But you don't believe that they're Christians, do you? You don't believe that, do you?
Who?
Okay, let me ask you a question. What's a Christian?
I think Rand feeds off of other people and he loves it, and people come to his and stuff. I think I've spoken to Rand for about 4 hours offline once, and we clicked. When he was in a hangout or we were live and stuff, he put up this show. As soon as we went in a private Skype call, he just completely put off all his guard and was this lovely, bubbly, lovely guy. Completely different rather than, well, fuck you, bitch, I'll smack you in the fucking face and all that bollocks. He went from that to...
I know why Rand does that. I know why Rand does that.
He went from that to a lovely gentleman. And he's
always a lovely gentleman. You're not going to agree with everything that comes out of his mouth, but I believe Rand's a Christian. I believe that God exists.
Okay,
and so he's acting. I would have figured it out a long time ago if that would have been the case.
Right, so then when he speaks to people in the horrible voice, is that an act?
I believe that Rand understands YouTube. I'll just put it to you that way.
No.
The reason why a lot of channels on YouTube don't grow is because they're speaking. Is because they don't know how to keep the attention of their audience. Rand's got his own style.
What I'm asking is, I said I don't think you believed in God, and you said you did, and I said with him acting and speaking to people poorly and badly, I said. So my question to you is, when he speaks to women and people like that, do you think that's an act? Yes or no? That's all I want.
Me?
Yeah.
What, me? No, I believe that when he's doing what he's doing on YouTube is he's getting an audience and he's maintaining his audience. Rand has a style. When I start my channel, I have an opening, a middle, and a closing. When Rand does his channel, he has an opening, a middle, and a closing. I understand, Rand.
My question is when he speaks badly of people like that, even women, you fucking bitch, well, fuck you, go fucking, all
he's
that.
He's having a bad day at that point. Rand's having a bad day. Rand will give you the shirt off his back. Rand Campbell will give you the shirt.
So is that Rand being Rand? The real Rand?
Rand Campbell will give you the shirt off of his back if he thinks you need it. I can tell you that. The thing with Rand, the thing with Rand is that Rand understands YouTube. He has an opening, a middle, and a closing. He gets it and he understands it. Bionic Dance understands it. Bionic Dance has an opening, a middle, and a closing. I understand it. I have opening, a middle, and a closing.
Would a true Christian call people all them sort of names?
I believe that Rand Campbell is not perfect. I believe that Rand is not perfect, and you're never going to find a perfect Christian on planet Earth, and he's going to be flawed. I'm flawed. I'm going to mess up and say things too. So
then when he talks about God and stuff, what is that? Is that Rand being Rand, or is it Rand?
If you listen to Rand talk from 2 years ago, if you listen to Rand talk from like 2 years ago and listen to Rand today, you'll see a major difference in Rand. Rand is growing.
Don't get wrong, G-Man. I think Rand's fucking brilliant. I love him, honestly. I've spoken to him off, and people say, the thing was, when he first come about YouTube, I used to say to people, what a fucking horrible person he is. But you've got to understand where the way he went about things, it was like he wanted people to hate him. Don't you find the way he went about things from the beginning was a bit weird for a Christian to go about that sort of way? Would you go about it that way?
I'm different. Me and Rand got different backgrounds. I don't got the past. Wait a minute, hold on. I don't have the past that Rand has. Rand is coming from the streets. He was a gangster. You know what I mean? So he's gonna talk to you guys a certain way. You know, me, I'm more of a passionate big kid when I get on here, but I can be very serious when I need to be. Yeah. So my style is just different. My style is very different, and I can be a lot more aggressive than Rand.
I mean, maybe that's why me and Rand got on. I mean, because me and Rand have got family in the same place in England, which turns out really strange, really weird. I think
in England.
Yeah, in England. He's got family in a place called, well, I'm not going to say it. We've both basically got family in the same place. I've got a daughter where his sister lives.
Okay.
The same small, tiny town. A really, really tiny town. And we got chatting. That's where we got chatting offline. And it was like, you know, he was like, hey, oh, well, Trevor, I've got my sister's there. Well, you know, I can't do the voice like him. And yeah, so I've got a daughter that lives there and stuff. So then we picked up similarities and stuff.
How are we still talking about Rand? Yeah.
And how are we not talking about the video in which I was invited on here?
And of all things and people, Rand fucking Campbell.
Guys, sorry to have took.
Leave Rand alone. You guys need to leave Rand alone. Rand's a good guy.
How do we derail on Rand Campbell? This is.
Hey, Bran. I think to top this off, we need Bran on the show. Bran. Can you, G-Man, can you contact him and ask him if he would come on the show?
You can do it. You can look up Flat Out Elected. You'll get him. But I'll do it for you. I'll ask him.
All right, let's go a little bit more into the video.
Yeah.
All right.
Hate us so much because they're certainly not loving us here online. They're being an extremely poor example of being a human being to many of us Christians here on the internet. Let me give you a couple of examples of, well, give you some of the reasons why I believe they hate our guts. Well, not the reasons why I think they hate our guts, but what it is that they're hating about us. They hate the fact that we believe that God exists. Let's just get that out the way right now. They hate the fact that we appeal to the teachings of Scripture, which they deem to be immoral and to be a comic book and make-believe. Think about what the Scripture teaches us. The Bible teaches us to love even when other people are hating us. The Bible tells us to forgive even when they won't forgive us. The Bible tells us to be charitable, to show mercy, to be meek. If you go to New York right now, for example, and you go to the Bowery Mission, there's a Christian ministry there that helps rehabilitate people from using drugs, to help them get jobs, get on their feet, feed them on a regular basis. Sometimes they eat better than a lot of us do. And how you guys doing? And you know, it's a phenomenal Christian ministry. You can volunteer there, be blessed by helping people, that's going through a bunch of different things and whatnot. And atheists seem to hate that.
That one I kind of want to touch base on. Why would we, as atheists, hate anybody that wants to be charitable, that wants to give to the needy and the poor and stuff like that?
Well, if I can be blunt, you have several atheists here on the internet that want to get rid of religion. If you want to get rid of religion, you want to get rid of what we believe about giving. See, here's the problem. When you got a Pat Cordell or a Violent Dance, or you got some other militant or strong atheists on here talking about they want to get rid of religion. Religion is harmful to society. Believing in God is like not all atheists say this, but you got some atheists that go out there and say that believing in God is a mental illness and things like that and whatnot. Then you obviously want us to stop believing in what this teaches us.
But
Matt Dillahunty, wait, I'm sorry, 1 second. Matt Dillahunty thinks that he's more moral than Jesus Christ. Jesus is the one that tells me, okay, that if I have 2 coats, to give one of my coats away and then keep the one I have, and in some cases give both of them away. All right. So I don't know. Okay, so if you're gonna sit there and say get rid of religion, then you have to get rid of that particular belief. It's not my fault that atheists don't be specific about what it is regarding religion that they want to see go, because you can't get rid of parts of it. You have to get rid of all of it, or you ain't get rid of it at all.
But there's a lot of secular organizations that do the same thing, but no religion is any part of it. They do it because it's
necessary
a good
for charity.
Name one.
This.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a secular organization in Jersey City, or in Newark, or in Irvington that gives away food besides the welfare center of the government. Something I hope that get abolished at some point, or it gets heavily restricted. But
it's easier to do when you're tax free, though. You know.
Oh, it's very easy to do it when you're tax free.
One
But a lot of these churches, a lot of people that go in these churches go into their pockets, and when I'm not saying all of them because it wouldn't be true, but a lot of the members that go to these churches will go in their pockets. They'll buy food for people who don't have it because we're commanded to do it, and because God showed us that love. We want to show that love to other people.
Hey,
but if you get rid of our faith, you're going to kill at least 60% of the 60 to 70% of the charities of the world. A lot of people give because of their faith and their religious beliefs.
G-Man, is there a way I can send you a link to where I work? It's a community centre. It's a massive church, but it isn't a church that's basically this massive church where I work has been taken over as a community centre, and we've brought out our first. Basically, we get all the food off of all the superstores and all like Tesco's. I suppose it'll be your Walmart and stuff like that. We get bread that's got a couple of days left in date, or donuts, anything and everything. I'll show you so much pictures. And this is a non-Christian network. There are Christians that run the place, but it is that way. It's just a community centre. And we do so much for the fucking community. It is unbelievable. And it just goes to show that there are so many communities out there that are not Christian based, because it doesn't matter if you're Christian or not. There are Christian people and non-Christian people, or Christian people and atheists, that do a lot for the community too. I can send you photos even from tonight.
When you have atheists
I'm an atheist,
that say that they want
all sorts for the community.
Hold on 1 second. This is where we're gonna have this is where we're gonna have a sharp disagreement. When you have an atheist, that says that they want to get rid of religion, when you got Bionic Dance habitually saying this on her channel. You know what I mean?
Not what I'm saying.
And you have Pat Cordell saying this stuff. You got Jacqueline Glenn talking about this. You got Dusty Smith talking about this, and so many other atheists on here. And their whole goal. Hold on 1 second. And the whole goal is to get rid of religion. Okay, it's great that you have secular communities out there that's giving away food, but you need to understand that when you hear an atheist say they want to get rid of religion, they're saying that they want to get rid of our faith. Regarding the giving that we're giving, regardless of the reason on why we're giving, the point of the matter is that people are giving.
No, on another level.
But are you saying that if it wasn't for the religion that you have gone with, that you wouldn't ever want to be charitable?
No, I'm not saying that, and that's a mistake I think a lot of secularists are making, because I know for a fact that if I was not a Christian, that I would still be generous and I would give. I wouldn't give as much as I'm giving now, but like for example, when you see me go out there and you see me dealing with those Hebrew Israelites and you see me out there evangelizing, that's a form of giving. I'm giving away my time. I'm giving away my resources, my money to go to these places, to do these things and whatnot. And I'm doing that sacrificially because I really believe in what I'm doing. You got people out here that talk about what they believe, and you got people that actually walk it. You know what I mean? I'm one of these walkers. If I believe it, I'm going to walk in it. You know what I mean? So when I'm giving away food, computers, or whatever it is I'm giving away at that particular time, I'm doing it not in my own name. I'm doing it in Jesus' name. I'm doing it. I'm doing it in Jesus' name. But the point of the matter is getting done. And when you got people out there saying that we need to get rid of religion, what you're ultimately saying is you need to get rid of charity.
Well,
you're basically saying that.
I can't find an exact location of some of these. I'm pretty sure they're probably some of these, like Atheist for Humanity is a nonprofit charity in Denver, Colorado. I'm pretty sure they have more places than just Denver. There's Atheist Giving Aid, Earth Ward. I mean, you can find atheist charities. You just got to kind of look for it.
If I was Side 10 Brudicate, or if I was Matt Slick, or if I was somebody else on here that wanted to be smart or whatever and use some presuppositional apologetics, I can come here and say, well, why does an atheist bother to give to begin with? You know what I mean? But there's no need to do that, because the point of the matter is to see you giving, and I leave you alone. But as a Christian, atheists believe that that what I'm doing with giving is wrong. I've never once heard Matt Dillahunty go on his Patreon project or go on the Atheist Experience and say, you know, there are certain aspects about Christianity I really enjoy, and that I would like to see continue to go on and whatnot. You know, and then he can separate what he doesn't like. But what they do is they say they want to get rid of religion. We need to get rid of religion. It's irrational. It's illogical. And they're not being specific. So it's not my fault when I'm listening to these videos and nobody is being specific about what it is that they're talking about. Like, for example, I made a video on YouTube talking about what they mean by religion. They don't even mean religion when they're talking about religion. They're talking about Christianity at that point. You know what I mean? I figured that out, because if it meant something other than Christianity, they would be talking about different gods and different religions in their videos. 99.9% of the time when the atheist is talking about a god, they're talking about the Christian God, not all gods.
Well, I think if you understand from the get-go, here that you don't need religion to want to actually, for it to make you feel good, to be charitable. I mean, we understand why this is. I just don't think that it's necessary.
You don't believe that Christianity is necessary? What if I said that I don't think that atheism is necessary? So charity is not necessary?
He didn't say that
either.
What did he say specifically?
He didn't say that.
What did he say specifically?
Okay. What I'm saying is that religion is not necessary for charity to exist.
Do you know what religion is?
Obviously.
Religion involves like dogmas, and it involves rules, and it involves exalting someone in the religion. It doesn't necessarily have to be a god, because you got religions out there that don't have a god in it. You're saying that religion isn't necessary. Okay.
No, G-Man, you're misplacing what he said. What he said is basically religions can give to charity, and also non-religions, atheists, can give to charity. Bran, say it once again, please.
I mean, I have no issue with whatever the belief system is giving to a charitable cause whatsoever. That doesn't bother me.
I think
if someone that I don't agree with gives to a charity, I'm still happy about that.
But you're saying that you don't need a religion. You're saying that you don't need a religion in order to give.
No, he's not.
I'm saying
you said that you don't need a religion in order to give.
I'm saying that religion doesn't have to exist for charity to exist.
Oh, okay. According to who?
You're G-Man.
I'm sorry. 1 second. According to who?
According to what we know about the world.
No, what we know about the world is that most people on this planet is religious, and a very small amount of people on this planet are claiming to be atheists, specifically atheists. We're not talking about secularism, humanism, or nothing like that. There's a very small amount of people on the planet that are claiming to be atheists. Okay, when you say that we don't need religion, and religion's been around a whole lot longer than atheism, that doesn't make any sense. And let's say, hypothetically speaking, we don't need religion. Religion's here, and people should have the right to believe what they want. If I want to believe that my God,
believe that religion has been around longer than atheism.
Of course it has. As a matter of fact, I would say that that a faith in a God existed before atheism ever came about. Remember, atheism is the result. Atheism is the result of a person not having no faith. I hope you don't buy into what Bionic Dan said.
I mean,
I really hope you don't believe
there was
Bionic Dance when she said that rocks and babies are atheists. I really hope you don't believe that.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not even going into that portion of what I'm saying here. I'm saying,
Hey, Trevor,
you
take down
really
the full screen
believe
real quick. It's fucking up my boxes.
you really believe that, you know, people who were barely capable of thinking, I'm talking about ancestors ago, believed in a god.
Ancestors ago? You mean like my great 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 grandfather or my great 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 grandmother?
I'm talking way back further than that.
How many years?
I mean, pick a year here. How far you want to go back where there's been Homo sapiens?
Oh, okay. So you're evolutionists. You and I are coming from two different worldviews. You believe evolution is true. I don't. I don't believe evolution is science. So,
why do you
I would say a couple of thousand years ago, you still had people that believe that God exists. As a matter of fact, in greater numbers than you do today.
A couple thousand years ago, but like I said,
greater
I'm
numbers than you got today.
back further than that. That there was a time before people created gods, is what I'm saying.
Whoa. That's a presupposition.
That's why
that's a presupposition. That's a presupposition. You believe that man created gods. Man created no gods.
2 seconds. I've just got to go to the toilet. But all I'm going to say is, G-Man, is this is probably one of the most decent conversations you can have with another person. Unlike the other conversations where people talk to you the way they do, G-Man, Bran's a really decent guy, and he just wants to have a decent conversation with you and like explore different sides. Don't take like what he says that he's attacking you, because he isn't, G-Man.
I'm not saying that he's attacking me. I have a different point of view. He's assuming.
Hear me out, please hear me out. 2 seconds before I go weak, because I'm going to piss myself. He just wants to. He's just putting forth what he believes in, and then you put forth what you believe in, and then you switch sides. Don't take.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. I should be allowed to defend myself. What happened was
you can defend yourself. What I'm saying is you're just having an adult on adult conversation with you and Bran now, right?
Okay, so this is what he said.
Attack you.
I didn't say you attacked me, and this guy is not speaking for me. You just said that you want to go back as far as Homo sapiens go. That's your worldview. If you believe that evolution is true, and I don't believe that man created gods. Okay, so that's your worldview, and he's not my God anyway. I believe my God created me. All right. So if you're talking about Superman and you know, and Thor and if you're talking about Aquaman and stuff like that, then I feel you. Yeah, human beings created them. You know, but the God of the Bible, no, he created me. So you and I are coming from two different worldviews. You're assuming that yours is correct. You know, I'm going to assume that mine's correct. So I'm going to fundamentally disagree with you on those things.
All right. So we're all caught up here.
Yeah.
That was just stating the obvious, honestly.
All right, we'll play a little bit more. I am trying to fix the screen. Trevor's just got it stuck on shared screen, so it's fucked up my boxes.
They seem to hate it. They seem to hate the fact that our churches are feeding people every single day. In some cities and states, churches are doing this every week, every third week, every second week. But I know, like, for example, in North New Jersey and some churches in Irvington, and I know Jersey City, I think a lot of those churches do it every third Friday or something like that, every third Saturday or something like that. But there are places in North New Jersey that feed people every single day. And atheists seem to be against this. They seem to hate that. They seem to hate the teachings of Jesus. I don't know how you can hate a teaching called, you know, loving your neighbor the way you love yourself, but they seem to hate it. But that's our belief system.
Oh,
and I can understand you attacking that because I am
back in effect. So, G-Man, we all having a nice little conversation right now.
Yeah, Trev, just you got to unshare your screen, bro, because you fucking up the box is pretty bad.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, 2 seconds.
Damn you, Trevor.
What do you expect from Drunk Trev? Jeez, fucking hell. Stop screen sharing. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, cool.
We'll play a little bit more.
Understand what spirit you're coming from.
Sweet.
But when you're constantly saying things about people on the internet that are not true, and then have the audacity and the nerve to get mad when somebody says something about you. And don't get me wrong, I've done it. I've said some things about some people here on the internet that has not been true, and I've repented, I've apologized, and I've moved on. But for some reason, they believe, I mean, maybe because it's part of their lifestyle or whatever, but they believe that it's okay to do this on a regular basis. You know, there's no way in the world you can look at some of the actions of these atheists on the internet and come to the conclusion that these people care about us, are concerned about us, have empathy for us.
What about, this is my thing, you say empathy for any Christians. I know with where I'm at, I am deep within the Bible Belt, and even though some of my family is actually very religious, I still have very deep concern. Like I'm not understanding that when we have family members that we just don't just cast aside because they're Christians. Do you want to kind of elaborate on that?
Not really sure what you're asking me.
Well, you said that let me go back what you said real quick.
There's no way in the world you can look at some of the actions of these atheists on the internet and come to the conclusion that these people care about us, are concerned about us, have empathy for us.
Why would you say that, even though you say that we don't have any concern or anything like that about any Christians, it seemed like you would say we wouldn't even have a concern with our families who are who could be Christians or within any religion?
It's pretty much
when I said
my family.
No, when I said that that atheists don't have empathy for Christians, that would involve them looking at the world through our the way we see the world, because Christians are always being challenged to look at the world the way atheists see the world, but they won't take the step out to do the same thing for us. You know what I mean? They make up accounts in the Bible that's not actually there, instead of dealing with what we actually believe regarding the things in the Bible. The atheist is supposed to be rejecting our claim, not trying to interpret our Bible for us and telling us that we're wrong about what our Bible says. And then when we have a theological disagreement, then it turns into name calling, dot dropping happens. People start just attacking your person because they don't like you, and they look at you as being like the problem in the world and whatnot.
But it's not that way in all ways, though, right? I went into believing God. I got baptized, G-Man, right? But where I work,
and then you became an atheist.
Okay, but hear me out. I work in a massive church, but now it's turned into a community centre. The two people who took over the community centre are Christians. And you know their stance on it is, unless Christianity or religion comes into conversation, we will not bring it onto you, we will not talk to you about it. If you want to come to us and talk about it, we will talk to you about it. But until that time comes, we will never, ever bring it up on you. You're here to work here, to do stuff for the community, etc., etc. But, it's like you got your Christian people, right? So I work in a place where there's lots of Christians. Mm-hmm. We've got trustees there. There's one trustee there that owns houses all over the island I live on. He's fucking rich. He houses homeless people left, right, and centre. Really lovely Christian. Now I'm an atheist, but we all get on still. Atheists and Christians can get on. It's not like we'll suddenly hate people that do believe. It's when people do believe and they have these weird ways and stuff that it goes off on another level. Do you know what I mean? There's, if you want to believe in God and go to church and stuff, and it's not affecting anybody else's life, so be it. That's fucking brilliant. If that's what gets you, past day by day, that's completely fucking fine. But that's not to go to say that all atheists are horrible people. I take out many hours of my time for free to volunteer at this place for fuck all. But I'm an atheist. But yeah, I'm there working God knows how many times days a week. I do a tea dance with the old people. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not
you volunteering somewhere does not nullify the fact as an atheist that an atheist might hate a Christian. That don't nullify nothing. The KKK volunteers to do things. I don't mean that doesn't mean they don't hate black people. Come on.
So what you're saying?
Let me ask you a question really quick then.
Two secs on that question. Am I just up there lying that I'm pretending to get on with them? Yeah, I'm still putting out all my time every day of the week and going up there and doing all sorts.
No, I understand it. But you doing charity work doesn't nullify the fact that that there might be some Christians you can't stand, or that you demonstrate and show hatred towards Christians, because the atheist community as a whole does not show love towards Christians. If you believe, just hear me out a minute. Richard Dawkins said it best when he was in Washington: mock them, ridicule them in public. If you believe that's love,
G-man, right? I've been to the bottom of the pit. I've been on heroin for fucking 10 years. I've gone to the lowest of lowest, right? The lowest of lowest, probably lower than you've ever been. Bang smack on heroin, injecting in my neck, my arms, anywhere you can think of, smoking the crack pipe, the fucking lot. I've gone from that into prison to, helping the community. And helping the community.
What does that got to do with not hating somebody?
Why was you looking to the right? Was you looking at your mama?
You're trying to prove you're a good person right now. You're trying to prove you're a good person. You're not proving that you don't hate Christians.
I don't need to prove that I'm a good person. I know I'm a good person.
That's after G-Man just spent all this time talking about how good Christians are.
But G-Man, right, this is where it goes from.
No. You can believe you're a good person. You can believe you're a good person. Wait a minute, you can believe you're a good person. You can believe you're a good person. But as an atheist, how do you define who a good person is and why?
I don't believe I'm a good person. I don't believe in a man in the sky. I know I am a good person. I do good things for people.
How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because I go out of my way.
Because he makes a positive influence.
Okay, so what are you comparing what are you comparing yourself to determine that you're a good person?
Nobody. I'm not comparing myself to nobody.
So then, so being good or evil is just your own personal opinion. You can't say that you're good. You're not basing it on anything.
If you make a positive, if you have a positive effect, then you do see something.
According to who?
I go somewhere. I volunteer in a certain place.
Belief space is a positive effect by being evil.
Okay, so let's reverse this, right?
That's a bad guy. Do you not understand that?
Tell you what, let's completely.
You would have the inverse opinion.
Bran, I'm going to completely reverse this, right? So I'm a completely devoted Christian, right? So now, just look at me. I am a complete devoted Christian. And I go to this place and I do this and that and the other. How do you now answer me?
Well, if you claim to be a Christian and you're saying that you're a good person, it's not going to be based on your imperfect opinion. It's going to be based on the character and the knowledge of God. It's going to be based on an absolute authority. You got a basis for it. Wait a minute. You asked me to answer your question. Let me answer it. Okay. It's gonna be based on something. You gotta have a basis for it. You can't just say that you're a good person. I'm asking you, okay, you believe you're a good person based on what? And then you go, because I know I'm a good person. That's not a basis. It's not a foundation. You're not a expert or for as far as I know, you don't have a degree or a PhD or anything in morality or whatever. So you have to base it on something.
Do you know what I can base it on? I've got 3 beautiful daughters that actually say that I'm a decent person, I'm a wonderful person, and they look up to me, and etc. That enough on its own is enough, right? But now I'm a God believer. I believe in God, right? I'm G-Man. God is my wonderful thing. Everything else. I'm now working at Aspire, but I'm now I'm a Christian. Now, how does that change?
The SS said that Hitler was a good person. it doesn't mean that Hitler was a good person. And I am not comparing your children to the SS. I'm making a contraction between the followers. Let me finish before you confuse the audience. I don't want you confusing the audience. Let me finish.
You're confusing the audience.
No, I'm not confusing the audience. You're the only person talking. You're not letting me make my point. The point that I'm trying to make is that just because you got a group of people saying that you're a good person doesn't make you a good person. It has to be based on something.
What group of people?
But you just have a group of people.
I base my morality on the absolute authority of God and His nature and His character.
So
what are you basing your morality on?
Yes,
you're basing yours off a group of people too.
I'm not on God.
When I turned my group of people was my 3 daughters, not the masses.
You're appealing to emotion right now.
Not people on YouTube. It was my people that look up to me and say I'm a good person was my 3 daughters. It wasn't all my YouTube fans and
I wasn't aware we were having a debate.
And Frankie and that. But then when I did say, right, let's switch this, and I'm now for just for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'm now a true Christian. I go along and do my work, my voluntary work. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, and I believe that if you're doing it as a Christian versus being a secularist or an atheist, you're doing it based on God's character and His nature, and then you have a basis for it. You do not have a basis for it in a consistent... Sir, are you going to let me finish? Because I'm like speaking, but I got half a statement, and then you're going on and whatnot.
No,
you know what I mean?
Go on.
So here's the thing now, okay? You're asking me, you're a Christian right now, right? Temporarily for 5 minutes. Well, now everything is based on the character of God and who He is. You're basing it on a human being, okay? When we're talking about a basis for morality, it has to be consistent across the board. If you're an atheist and you believe that you evolved from a common ancestor and that you learned this from the animal kingdom and all this other stuff and whatnot, you know what I mean? It kind of contradicts your worldview. My worldview is consistent because I'm going by God's character and His nature.
So it makes it better when I believe in God and I go and do that voluntary work.
That's not what I said. You can rewind this and look at what I said.
You just said that.
That's not what I just said. That's not what I said.
Bran, what did you just hear just then?
Not what I said.
Because what I'm hearing is...
I heard G-Man thinks we learned our social graces from animals.
Well, actually, I got a college book over there that says that you actually learned it from animals. Your social behaviors from animals. I got other atheists.
No, you're talking about 2 different things there.
No, I mean, I've been reading on this. You know what I mean? So I'm more than prepared to talk about that if you like.
What I heard was...
Well, you got to pick which one you want to talk about first, then.
What I heard was when I said I was an atheist.
We can do that after we get through this video because at some point I do have to get some sleep.
When I said when I'm a Megopoly, you went, that's good.
And he's going on these long tirades because he wants me to think he's a good person. The only person I think is good is Jesus. He needs to get that. He needs to understand. I'm coming from a different worldview.
Mate,
I only think that Jesus is. I don't even believe I'm good. I've got 3 beautiful, beautiful daughters. Of why? That's awesome. You told me like 9 times already.
I mean,
that's
awesome. Better than having
Did we mention Trevor was drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, G-Man, right? What I'm getting at is, me being an atheist, I go and do that stuff because I like making other people's life better. Me being a Christian doesn't make it any different. Whether I'm a Christian or an atheist, I still go and do that same thing because I want to make other people.
I can't talk to you right now because you're intoxicated. When you get sober, I'll talk to you about this again.
Because you mentioned I'm drunk, he suddenly then realizes only just because man says I'm drunk that he then realizes.
No, because I've already explained to you already that you don't have a basis for your morality.
No, because I have to believe in something to be able to do that. Oh my fucking gosh. So
anyway, can we move on with the video?
Yeah, let's go.
I believe in Jesus. I'm going to go and do my voluntary work, and then it will be okay. But if I don't, then
that doesn't make you a good person. It just means you got a job and that you're doing charity work. Can we go on with the video?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and go on with the video.
If I find a safe tomorrow with a couple of grand in it, I'm going to grab it.
That's what they claim their morality is based on. They have absolutely no empathy for Christians whatsoever. They have empathy for other atheists and maybe some Christians who, and I'm saying maybe loosely there, because the moment you go against their thinking, they're going to be all over you. As long as you're thinking just like them, they'll show you empathy. But a person like me, I'm not going to get empathy. True empiricism is not going to get empathy. Teal isn't going to get empathy. Antonio isn't going to get empathy. A lot of us Christians are not going to get empathy from these people because they're out to destroy us personally by destroying our reputations, talking about our personal lives, even though we've mentioned numerous times to keep our personal lives off the internet. And they keep talking about it, and they keep talking about it, and they keep talking about it, and they keep talking about it. And the only reason I believe that they will want to do this is to try to...
I mean, like, filming at your job and having the sign in the video is not really trying hard to keep your personal stuff off the internet, though.
If somebody cared about me and they saw me slip, and mind you, you know who you are, and you're probably watching right now. I messed up a couple of times to put some videos on here, and I've been instructed to take them down, and I did. And some of them happened to be atheists who I happen to be friends with. All right. Now, for those of you who know full well who you are, some people are still talking about my personal life on G+. They're doing it on in various other means here on YouTube and whatnot. And they don't care. That's why I interpret that as hatred. I don't interpret that as somebody caring about me. See, if you care about me, you're going to... Here's the thing. You're going to attack what you claim you don't like, and that's my belief, and that is my faith. You're going to attack my faith, and you're going to attack my claims. You're not going to attack me as a person. And that's what a lot of them continually do. They attack me as a person. So keep attacking me as a person. It's just going to prove that what I've been saying is correct. And I'm referring to the people that's on G+, or the atheists that will continue to do, like dot dropping me, putting my full name in the title of the of videos and doing things like that. That's not loving nobody. That's hating somebody.
It was said in the
I don't do it to them. I don't do it to them, and I know their names.
Well,
the funny thing is, I know their names. They met me, and the first thing they did, I lie to you not, the first thing I met some of these guys, you know who JD Kane is and some of those guys, the first thing they did when they met me, Dragnauct, they all showed me their identifications. This is my name. This is who I am. And I didn't want to see it because they cared about their privacy. But they get my information and they're quick to put it in the title of their videos. That is not loving other people. That is hating other people. Sorry.
Well, what do you think about the fact that we were doxxed during a charity stream by an individual who it turns out that we knew and who is of the Christian faith? I believe
that person needs to be rebuked, corrected, and called out on it. A Christian?
Yes.
Who was it?
Well, I don't want to name names, but I will say this: if you're ever in Texas, you'll see him driving down the road.
Is it who I'm thinking of?
Aaron Ross? Aaron Ross not a Christian.
No. We're not talking about anybody on any level. Anybody would even know of.
And I don't know him right now, so I might slip a tongue right now.
What about? It was said in the chat that you was threatened to dox Redline and JD Kane.
Oh, I've gotten mad and threatened to do a lot of things on YouTube, which I never done. When they do things, they just do it. And then they got their nerve to come to my face and go, gee, man, we don't hate you. You know, I mean, obviously, I'm just going, that's going in this ear and out the other one. Because those videos are still up on YouTube. Those videos are still on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't pay them guys no mind no more. I don't take them seriously.
There are some people out there you can't make threats like that to and expect them not to do something because some people.
Oh no! When I did that, that was a retaliation to what they did to me. Redline is one of those guys who on a regular basis don't watch G-Man's channel, unsubscribe to his channel, don't listen to him, listen to Redline. Listen to Redline. Talk about weather balloons and watch baby chicks be born. Talk about flat Earth. That's what Redline wants people to do and whatnot. Then then it backfires. I gained like 150 subscribers the moment he started telling other people what to do. You know what I mean? So I stopped getting mad about that stuff. What I do now is I block them. Because that gets them more mad than anything, or I just don't talk to them no more. And then when somebody asks me what my opinion is about them, I don't hold back anymore. And if I hear them say something about me, they're going to get a mean video made about their beliefs.
I mean, do you really think that atheists stay up and worry about, like, that we stay up all night and worry about the Christian agenda?
Yes.
I mean,
I'll give you one YouTube channel. I'll give you two YouTube channels. Matt Dillahunty Patreon's project and Bionic Dance's YouTube channel. They're obsessed to the point of like shaking with Christianity. They're like doing this. They're so obsessed. They can't find another religion to talk about. They're constantly talking about Christianity. They got to get their fix.
G-Man.
I think that's
I'd like to touch back on the conversation as earlier on, as when I was going to church and you said that you think I was backpedaling. Do you actually think? Because I'm kind of thinking now that maybe it was. I don't know. I'm really confused on whether I'm backpedaling, whether the whole church experience that I had when I was baptized was real or wasn't.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know. That's something that you guys sit down to think about for a bit. I don't know.
I know that, but is there anything you could say to me at all to? Yeah,
I got something you can say. Something I can say. You need to drop this atheist thingy. You need to pick up your Bible and read it. Repent of your sins and come to Jesus Christ. But that's the only thing that's going to save.
Well, most of us have read.
You need to stop drinking beer. You need to stop drinking beer. You need to start reading your Bible and eat that like food. You need to listen to what God has to say and then put it into practice.
I think I could start reading the Bible.
Actually did eat some of the
Bible. I think I could start reading the Bible, but I don't think I can put down the beer right now. But I think for a bit of time, and now we did have some people come knocking on the door the other day, and they actually gave us a Bible. Just bear with me 2 seconds. They gave us a really nice silver, lovely, gorgeous Bible. But they were, what's them people that don't believe in Christmas?
Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, them. But it was a really nice silver Bible. 2 seconds. I'll just grab it.
Like most of us
he's talking about Jehovah's Witnesses. They're not Christians, so I don't know why he's bringing them up as a cult.
I mean, what I was trying to say is like most of us have read the Bible, but just
really,
yes.
Most atheists that I talk to, have finally started admitting that they read part of the Bible, like they read a chapter here, a verse there, but read the whole Bible. Nah.
I mean, I went to Sunday school and I've read the Bible.
Yeah, I doubt it. No disrespect, but I doubt it.
Oh, I live in the Bible Belt, man.
No, it's mutual. We got a lot of things you say.
You live in the Bible Belt? Tell me something. Where? You live in the South?
Yes, I'm in the South.
You're in the South? Where in the South, if you don't mind me asking? Where?
Is this
You're in South Carolina, you said?
This is the Bible they dropped off the other day.
I can't see you. Oh, that's the Jehovah's Witness Bible?
Is it the same?
Well, that's the New World Translation. That's the New World Translation. Can I give you some advice? Yeah, that's the New World Translation, right? Do you have a garbage can somewhere? You have a garbage? Wait a minute, you have a garbage can somewhere? Throw that away and go get a King James Version Bible or an NIV or something.
But I've been taught.
Yeah, Trevor.
No matter what Bible,
throw that in the garbage.
What it says.
Yeah,
throw that in the garbage.
But I've been taught no matter what Bible it is, whether you burn it,
throw that in the garbage.
It's wrong. So you
throw it in the garbage.
Pass it on to somebody else.
Throw it in the garbage.
Is that not wrong though?
That New World Translation has been tampered with. Throw it in the garbage. Throw it in the garbage.
What?
Seriously.
But why?
Yeah, that's your
throw the New World. And as a matter of fact, when the Jehovah's Witnesses come back to your house, let them see you throwing it in the garbage.
Genesis. I've got Genesis here.
Film it. Upload it.
Birth of Isaac.
Sure.
Tell them G-Man told you to throw it in the garbage.
But it's the Bible though. Still, if I've been there,
that Bible is a perversion. Throw that in the garbage. Go get yourself a KJV or an NIV or a New American Standard. Get rid of that.
Shall I burn it?
And then throw those in the
garbage.
garbage.
I didn't say burn it. I said throw it in the garbage.
I'd rather not chuck it in the garbage. I'd rather burn it.
Throw it in the garbage.
Well,
do what you want. It's your book. Do what you want with
it. But back to what we were talking about. But yeah, we're me and Bran are in the Bible Belt, like almost not really at heart, but we were smack dab right into it. So we grew up Christian, like really heavily. If you came out and said you're atheist at all, you would actually probably get your ass beat in high school.
Yeah, there were actually several years where I didn't say anything.
Hold on, Trevor.
I never heard of an atheist until I was about 30-something. I never even heard of an atheist until I was about 30-something. Yeah, I just thought that you had non-believers. When I heard somebody specifically say that they're an atheist, I actually have it on camera where I'm evangelizing, and some kid stops me and says, "I don't believe in God because your God doesn't exist." And I never heard nobody say that before. And I talked to him, and that's the very first day I was introduced to atheism.
G-Man.
Yeah.
See this? See this book? See this book? You watch it? You can see it.
Why isn't it in the garbage yet?
So anyway, guys, it's 12 o'clock over here. I need to get me some sleep. So I'm assuming we're not watching that video no more, right?
I just chucked that
I mean,
book
we can watch it,
straight-
but I think we got like.
Hey! I just chucked that fucking Bible straight across the room.
Hope there was a garbage can across the room.
No, there wasn't. I just fucking looked.
I told him to get a KJV, an NIV, or a New American Standard Bible. So for those people that are going to watch this later on, he needs to get one of those Bibles. But the New World Translation is no secret. Everyone knows this about me. I don't like that translation. That translation is perverted because they made it specifically for the Watchtower Tract Society.
All right, you want to go?
So
we'll go over the video just a little bit. Oh, sorry.
Right, well,
No.
He's taking
Guys,
off, man.
it's midnight and I
He's
have to
taking
go
off.
to bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just about to say, I think I'm ready to come to Jesus because, you know, no, not joking.
I believe
joking.
I believe that some of the things that you've been saying today, sir, has been sincere. But I want to be honest with you. I think some of the stuff that you've been doing here, it's obvious. It's been mockery. But like I said, it's all good. That's within your nature. You're an atheist, so or a person pretending to be an atheist. So you know you're gonna do that. So
No one's pretending, dude.
Why didn't you turn?
no. You guys need to hear me say
Trying to
this.
call
I don't
him
believe
out.
in atheists. I don't believe atheists exist.
It's actually quite sad that I was actually trying to.
I don't believe atheists exist.
I was actually trying to rekindle stuff where I was.
I don't believe
baptized in
Germany
church,
exists.
but you don't want to. It's shocking.
I don't believe
want
atheists. I don't believe atheists exist. I believe you're either a misotheist or an anti-theist.
It's
But you're not an atheist.
I
It's
don't
shocking
believe
that you
He-Man
don't want.
exists.
It's shocking that you don't want to try and draw me into it.
Hear how dumb that sounded?
I was.
Sir, you're not an
I
atheist.
can't explain.
Sir, you're not
what
an
I'm saying.
atheist.
I can't
You're not an
explain what I'm
atheist.
saying.
You're not an atheist.
That's
No, I'm
cool.
not an atheist. I'm not an
Of
atheist.
course, you're not an atheist. You're a misotheist. Somebody either hates God or an anti-theist, and you're against religion.
But what
there's
if
no
I
such
said
thing.
it? What if I said I don't hate God? Then what
Oh,
would it be?
really? Really? You don't hate God?
No, I don't
Okay.
hate God. How can you hate something that you don't?
Can I give you a bit of an
More
IQ
than you
test
hate
on it?
Harry Potter.
Can I give you a morality test real quick to see whether or not you hate God or not? The global flood. What's your opinion about the global flood?
It didn't happen.
You can't.
How
Well,
can
well,
you
I
can't
agree
hate
with you.
something
I
that you don't
agree with
believe
you as an
exists.
atheist. Okay, here's the thing. As an atheist, I agree with you that your answer should be that it never happened. Unfortunately, Bible Reloaded, The Amazing Atheist, Cult of Dusty, Bionic Dance, and all these other people who claim the Bible, who claim that God doesn't exist and these events never happened, get pretty emotional about these fictional events.
G-Man, you're going on and on and on about everybody else and then going, Bionic Dance, this.
Well, I'm not going to
other."
judge an entire community based on you three.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe you're
But
being
you
mocked.
will for the
I
opposite.
see that you are mocking Lucas. I don't think you love God. You don't love God. The Bible says if you love him, you'll keep his commandments.
I was wanting to try and,
The
broaden
Bible says if you love him, you'll keep
horizon.
his commandments.
Well, I was wanting to try and just talk to you about it and try and
Say it
understand
again,
it a bit
G-Man.
more, but
Tell
you just seem to not want me to and want to push me away from it. So
No, I'm not pushing you away from it. I'm telling you that
But
the
it
Bible
seems
says
that
the way you
way.
can know you
It
love
seems
God,
that way. But
that
it
the
seems-
way you know that you love God is by keeping his
Right,
commandments.
then
If you're not
draw me
keeping
in.
his commandments, you don't love him.
But
That's
then
simple.
why not draw me in? and say,
Austin
even-
316 says,
why not sit there and say, G-Man, I'm being honest with you right now. When people are being like this, why don't you just turn around to them and say, you know what, you're being this or that now. I'm not going to say the words that I would choose because you wouldn't say it either. You're being a bit of a douchebag right now, but if you
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I believe that you're not an
you-
atheist. I believe that before I came here.
You heard me wrong. You heard me
I
wrong.
don't think
What
you're
I'm
being
saying
mean, man. I just
No,
think
I'm not going to say that because that's not true.
you just
he's heard me wrong. I wasn't calling him a douchebag. What I'm saying he's hearing everything I'm saying wrong. What I'm saying is, G-Man, is if people are coming towards you, you should just sit there and say, well, look, dude, if that's what you feel, that's cool. But if you want to talk a bit more about this and the God stuff and everything else, come to me on one-on-one or wherever else, and I'll try and talk to you about it. But if you really don't,
I think what you should do is turn from your sins. You need to turn from your sins and come to Jesus Christ. That's what you need to do. You need to stop sinning. You need to come to Christ.
I agree, Trevor.
I've
you need to go to
literally.
Jesus, buddy.
You need Jesus.
Hold on, Trevor.
He's actually in the beginning of this episode.
I think. Well, no, Frankie and Bran, fuck you. Like literally, I'm really thinking about this. That I was there. I did believe.
Turn Christian, and the first thing you say is "fuck."
Oh no! Don't be dicks. Jeez. Why would you be like that? I'm just literally thinking. Did I actually believe or not?
You'll be all right in the morning, man.
I'm not actually that drunk, to be honest. And I actually think, well, did I actually believe, really? Did I? Did I not?
I believe that you're not an atheist. I believe that you're a misotheist or an anti-theist.
All right, can we go back to the question
And a drunk one at that.
you wanted to ask me only because I don't know.
I'll have to come back on here again when
How about we plan this out? So, because it is 12 o'clock and
I'm tired. Yeah.
So.
Yes. Yeah, and we gotta talk about one topic and not go into like 500 different other topics too.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
This was very last minute unpreparedness. So we'll have to try it again.
Yeah, I found this show by accident, and then they invited me to come on.
I did too. How I got here.
I personally think this was a perfect accident tonight that G-Man come along. We had some decent conversations, did we not?
Yeah, but that don't mean that you don't hate me though. I just want to make sure that that's understood.
I don't hate you, G-Man.
Do you really think that we hate you? Kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
Listen, Red Line's a YouTuber. He's handing out an award for Christians called the Dumb Blank of the Year Award. I don't want to say the whole words and whatnot, but on that show will show you exactly what I think about it. They are attacking us personally. That those are not belief attacks.
Are you voting?
So, me?
Yeah,
no, I'm not going to
participate.
question
in chat.
On the night they're doing that, I'm probably going to go after the Hebrew Israelites. I don't really care about it. Because honestly, that's not the example that I want to follow, and I don't want my family following that example because it ain't nothing but schoolyard bullying. At the end of the day, that's all.
Are the Hebrew Israelites up on the vote for Dumb Fuck of the Year? Maybe you can go vote for them.
I'm not gonna vote at all. I was actually gonna have my own award show, but I changed my mind because I felt like I would have been following the example of Redline, so I decided not to do it. And that's not even an example I want to follow. I want to be nice to people.
So. We'll go ahead and stop the stream. G-Man, I'll be in touch. If through here is fine, we'll be touching here. If you got another place, just send it to me and I can, we can talk that way and we can set up something else if that's good with you.
All right, cool.
All right.
So in closing, this episode started with Trevor talking about beating it to midget porn, and it ends with him coming to Jesus. So what a episode! Strike this one down for the books. Oh, and G.
How long has this show been around?
A little over a year.
Yeah.
So, I'm probably gonna regret this, but you guys should probably contact Steve McRae. If you contact him,
too late.
Oh, we already know.
He's been on the show. So.
He's
okay.
We've been on his show. He's been on our show.
Well, he can promote your show for you. He can promote it for you and help you guys get more viewers.
Yeah, Steve's been trying to help us out.
G-Man, he's a
I need to come on my YouTube channel and get some attention, and y'all be all right.
G-Man.
Yeah.
Steve is a mod on this channel.
Oh, Steve is?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's a moderator.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
we've got.
Wait a minute.
Very connected with.
Our mods have strict rules on.
How is it that? Wait a minute. Are you guys part of the GDC?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait. The only person I see benefiting from this GDC at the end of the day is Steve. How the rest of you guys ain't getting the same viewers he get?
Because we're still pretty much.
We're just starting off.
His channel's a lot bigger than ours.
We're just getting there, G-Man.
He does shout us out quite a lot.
That's not fair. The people in the GDC need to start pushing these other channels. Because, like I said, the only person I see really benefiting from it is Steve McRae, and maybe.
No, he has pushed our channel though.
Steve himself has done us a lot of favors.
Yeah, he's actually sent people over to. At the beginning of our podcast, he actually sent people over to come watch us. So he's actually pushed our show too. So he does help.
I never heard of you guys
G-Man,
before today.
G-Man, how many
We're still pretty much
how many
we're still
subscribers
on
do
the
you have
little
now?
totem pole.
I never heard of you
How
guys
many-
before today, but I'm happy that there's another show out there.
I've
How many-
actually talked to you in your chat.
When?
On one of your raps, you said that I was part of Dragnauct's crew, and you've actually said that I made a little joke on Rand Campbell, just joking at Rand Campbell, and you said you were going to block me from your channel.
Well, I'm friends with Rand. That's why I try to protect my friends online. I don't like people talking about them.
G-Man,
But we
how
have
many
talked before.
subscribers do you have now?
I'm still trying to get 10. I got 9,400
9,000.
something, 4,000 something.
Do you reckon if we give you a shout out, you could give us a shout out, and we could work like kind of together? And
How many subs do y'all got? I didn't even look. How many?
we're
Close
not
to
as many
7.
as you. Far.
Why
from
don't y'all just
you.
come to my channel?
We could do. Would you have us?
We could
Of
talk.
course,
out there.
why
Yeah,
not?
we could talk. We could talk about
Right.
about something like that.
Come on my YouTube channel. I'll invite Dragnauct and those guys on there. Oh, trust me, you'll get about you'll get a couple of hundred subs as soon as you show up on there because they hate my guts on there. So they'll sub just for that reason alone.
Well, G-Man,
We'll definitely talk about it off here and
what?
whatnot.
Yeah.
Plan something out.
Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Some of them hate my guts. Some of them are starting to.
Well,
G-Man's all right now because I be.
we don't hate your guts, G-Man.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like,
Yeah.
literally, I feel as if we were talking about anything other than religion, we would get along perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, what other interest? Just to end this, what other interest do you have, G-Man? Just let's take religion.
I'm training for a marathon at the end of the year. I like
You're into fitness.
I like sports. I play games. Yeah, I'm into fitness. I'm thinking about taking up boxing. I have to make that
Gaming?
decision soon because I'm getting kind of old. Gaming? Yeah, I game a little.
Me and Frankie and Bran.
I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Oh,
Big
see,
Star
there,
Wars.
we
Star
can
Wars.
bond right there, man.
Star Wars. We're off to a start. Star Wars is the fucking best.
You said sports.
Star
Do
Wars.
you watch any NFL?
NFL, yes, but not this year because
Well-
number one, my Giants are horrible, and then two, I don't like. I'm trying to support the whole Colin Kaepernick thing and not really.
Right.
Be
I was going to ask what your team was, but
the Giants. I love my Giants. Be horrible, but I love my team.
yeah, that's. I feel the same way. I'm a Broncos fan, so yeah, we're pretty fucking awful.
You
too.
guys get to the Super Bowl probably next year if you guys get Eli Manning. They're talking about trading him to Denver. So I don't know. Y'all get him. Y'all gonna be good.
Getting everyone's garbage. We got the Texans garbage already. We didn't. Oh, we already had him once.
No. Eli Manning's not garbage. Eli Manning needs an offensive line and he needs people to throw the ball to. Okay, you give him a line and you give him somebody to get the ball to, and a good running game. He's going to get his third ring, and I'm telling you, he'll do it. He'll do it in Denver. He'll do it in Denver. He can do it in Dallas. Actually, come to think about it.
But he'll never be his brother.
I feel so left out, so I want to take conversation.
You know
on
what?
Star Wars.
Both of them have beaten Tom Brady. Both of them have beaten Tom Brady, but Eli Manning's the only one to do it in the Super Bowl,
Star
even when
Wars.
they were undefeated. So remember that. My Giants beat them when they were undefeated.
Star Wars.
I'd answer that for you. I remember
Trevor
sitting at Applebee's.
developed Tourette's.
I remember sitting at Applebee's praying that God would give them the Super Bowl, and they won.
Your fucking Broncos back boys and all that bullshit. Star Wars. I've got something in common with G-Man for a fucking start. Let's not just talk about fucking Star Wars, please.
Yeah, it's called
I'm
American
gonna be
football,
watching
Trevor.
with an
I love
agnostic friend. With an agnostic friend, I'm gonna be watching The Last Jedi on the 15th.
CP3PO.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Star Wars is what's
Love
going to
Star
bring
Wars.
us all together.
Yeah, I don't know
The
your
believers
football.
and
Don't know
non-believers.
your
We're
football.
all going to
So
come
let's all
together.
connect because Bran, G-Man, Trevor Vision, and Frankie all love Star Wars.
Yeah, I like Star Wars. I definitely like Star Wars.
Star Wars is the fucking
We
best.
can
man.
all bond over Slave Leia.
I like the Hunger Games. I don't know if you watch a Hunger Games series. I like the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games. is good to
My,
watch.
my daughter was into the Hunger Games. I kind of watched it, but wasn't completely into it. I like The Walking Dead, Z Nation,
Nah.
all that sort of thing. But
Zombies.
I'm zombies left, right, and center. I just love zombies. Anything
Mhm.
zombies.
When I was growing up, I was a zombie fan. When I was like 10 and under, I used to watch a lot of horror movies.
Nice, and that's what me and Frankie do. We stream zombie games, online, live.
Have you ever seen The Exorcist?
Yep.
I've never seen the whole movie all the way from beginning to end. I'm too scared to watch that movie, even today.
I have like over 700 horror movies, so.
I think you need to sit back and watch
The
it.
Exorcist is fantastic. Though.
No, I will not watch The Exorcist. I can't make it through that whole movie. I can't.
Why not?
You know what was really scary? Have you ever seen the Blair Witch Project? Y'all gonna laugh at me. Have you ever seen the Blair Witch Project?
Yeah.
The Blair Witch Project was really, really, really scary to me because I've been camping before and I hear the same sounds that a lot of those people hear too.
See, now the Blair Witch Project really pissed me off because the camera angles. I felt dizzy. I felt sick, and I just couldn't do it. You know, there's the new film out called Unfriended, where it's like someone died. And then she suddenly starts
Is that the
friending
one
people.
where the whole movie takes place over like Skype and Facebook?
Yeah. She basically is. And people made like a sex video of her or something and shared it all out. And then she suddenly starts friending people on Facebook and adding them on Skype. And they're like, "Whoa, she died!" And this chick has now added them on fucking Skype and shit. It's like, what the fuck? It's a bit creepy, not creepy enough for me. I like really, really creepy, fucked up shit, like hacking people apart.
Like that midget porn from earlier, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what y'all talking about with that. I gotta get some sleep.
All right, yeah, let's go ahead and let G-Man go so he can get some fucking sleep.
Let's end it on midget porn, guys. End strong.
All right, later.
All right, later, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Later, G-Man.